Kane from Bishopstown. In goal, Liam Barry. Right full back, James Larkin. Full back, Kenneth Hagerty. Left full back, Gary O'Hare. Right half back, Fergal Tuberty. Centre back, Dennis Toomey. Left Trevor Kenny. Centre fields are Stephen O'Keefe and David Kelly. Right half forward, Damien Long. Centre forward, Fergus O'Callaghan. And left half forward, Killian Wooley. Right corner forward, Pat Hennessy. Full forward, Paul Roach. And left corner forward, Patrick O'Toole. Bishopstown are very well to the strong engagement. And now we welcome the rise of Ballincollig. In goal, Sean O'Neill. Right full back, Ian Brennock. Full back, Donald McCullough. Left full back, Jonathan O'Donnell. Right half back, Donald Morgan. Centre back, Tyke McGarrett. Left half back, Tony O'Neill. Centre fields are Marco Covan and Gregor McDermott. Right half forward, Aline O'Comine. Centre forward, Martin O'Haig. Left half forward, Martin O'Condoon. The right corner forward is Brendan O'Curry. Full forward is Alan O'Sullivan. And then full forward is Tomas O'Carcy. And Ballincollig are very welcome to this final as well. And the referee is Mr. John Hooley from Churchfield National School. 25 minutes aside in this game.
Right, here we are. Welcome to the Ryanair final here between Ballincollig and Bishopstown. And first to break away are Bishopstown, Mark Cogan. Mark getting in towards the full forward line, but out comes the full back there, Kenneth Hegarty, and Kenneth getting away. And over there is Greg Dermody out to Alan Cummins for Bishopstown. Alan beaten on this occasion, but Alan pulling on the ball into the centre. Over comes the centre half forward, Martin Hayes. Martin beaten on this occasion, and a fine long ball into the full forward line by Ballincollig. The ball going too strong on this occasion though, going out over the end line, and John O'Neill is content to let it go. Brian Cuthbert to take the puck out. This is the Ryanair final. Remember, we had Bishopstown in action yesterday, and the Ryanair Specialta when they overcame very hot favourites, the North Monastery, to score an historic victory for themselves and their school here. They're trying to win the Ryanair today, but the shoe is on the other foot now, as they must be cloaked in the warm mantle of favouritism, and Ballincollig in the role of underdogs today. Sideline cut over on the far side of the field for Ballincollig. I think it's left half back Trevor Kenny to take this one. Trevor cuts it, not a very long one. Alan Cummins pulls on the ball left-handed in towards the full forward line and the full back line. Inside there is the big man, that's Alan O'Sullivan. Alan could cause a lot of damage in around the goal. Broken away towards Alan Cummins, pulling on the ball well. Over there is the corner forward, Tom Casey. Tom trying to get it across. Pulled down there by the corner back, and away come Ballincollig. Alan Cummins thinking about pulling it in the air, but there was the head of Trevor Kenny to be thought of. A high ball from Alan, however, though, and straight and true and over the bar. Coolin on the Yassenson. Igalan O'Comine and Keith scored and Glehe to the Shnomat Galed and Keith Lasho. While an Aspig Coolin.
Ballincollig no score.
A fine puck out there by Ballincollig goalkeeper Liam Barry. Liam could be busy with the lineup of Bishopstown forwards if they play to the potential they showed yesterday. Mark Cogan and Greg Dermody going back for this one. Number 7 there is Colin O'Brien as well. Colin beaten on that occasion by number 10 Damien Long into the centre. Brian Cuthbert is out there. Colin O'Brien is there. And centre half back is there as well, Tim Fitzgerald. But it only comes as far as the centre field man, David Kelly from Ballincollig. A high one swinging in front of the goal. Up they go. A brave man put up his hand inside there. That was cornerback Ian Walsh. But still around the Bishopstown goal, 3 or 4 of them. Brian Cuthbert is there. Paul Roach there for Ballincollig. Inch by inch it's going nearer to the goal. It's like a pushover try at this stage. But cornerback there is Dennis Deneen getting it out an inch or two for Bishopstown. Scrappy enough inside there, and eventually number 5, the right half back, Vaughan Moore, relieves the pressure and gets it out to Alan Cummins. Alan overruns that ball though and goes out over the sideline, the far side of the field. Sideline cut to Ballincollig to be taken by their midfielder David Kelly. David standing back now, cutting this one into the centre, not a very long one. Alan and Trevor Kenny there for Ballincollig. Ball coming out into the centre. Spearman with a green micro helmet there for Ballincollig. It in towards Brian Cuthbert and full forward Paul Roach. In again towards the goal. Colin O'Brien poke it away. Gets a heavy shoulder there, but gets it as far as Greg Dermody. Greg get it up into his hand. Out the wing towards Mark Cogan. Mark along the ground. This is Alan Cummins switching wings. Won't come for him the first time or the second in fact. Beaten to it there by Trevor. Trevor Kenny. Back towards Mark Cogan, and Mark Cogan setting up his forwards in towards number 11. Martin Hayes. Martin, who had an absolute stormer here yesterday for Bishopstown, beaten on that occasion, the ball going off his third out over the sideline, and the sideline cut for Ballincollig and Fergal Tubridy. Fergal cutting it low into the centre. That's number 12, the full forward yesterday, Martin Condon. Martin scored 2 great goals yesterday, playing on the wing today. In towards the corner, running over here is the corner forward, Brendan Carney, I think it is. Hard to read Mr. Lynch's writing. In towards the full forward, Alan O'Sullivan. Alan and full back, and Kenneth Hegarty going for that one. Ball coming back to Alan again, trying to get it across. Gets it as far as 15. That's Tom Casey. Tom in towards the goal. Saved inside by Liam Barry, the goalie. Then cleared away by the corner back, Barry O'Hay. And Barry chasing it out. Alan Cummins out there. Alan with a bit of time. Hits it high in front of the goal. Up they go for it. 13 pulling on it. Alan O'Sullivan around it. As Brendan is around it. Comes out again towards Greg Dermody, and Greg pulling on the ball first time high and over the bar. Ballinaspig Gachudini, Glen score Fosig, Ballincollig. Greg Dermody there, the centre field man, as that ball came back from one of the defenders, Greg quickly doubled on it and sent it high and over the bar for Bishopstown's second score. So Scoil and Spridnave, as I say, would be in the would be classed as very hot favourites today on yesterday's display. Playing it out the wing towards Brendan Carney. Brendan getting it in. Over comes full back Kenneth Hegarty. Kenneth getting it out towards Barry O'Hay, but it's Bishopstown moving towards goal, moving menacingly and threateningly towards Liam Barry's goal, but the ball goes wide. Ooh, hard word to say that. Liam Barry, another puck out, his 4th of the game so far. It's this one out into the centre of the field. Mark Hogan bats it down, but there to collect his Stephen O'Keefe for Ballincollig, and nice hurling by Stephen up along the wing. Tried to add it on there was Damien Long, but only as far as Colin O'Brien into the centre again. Dermody and David Kelly going for that one. Colin O'Brien racing out to the breaking ball. That's 8. Stephen O'Keefe going for it with Dermody. Comes back as far as centre half back Tim Fitzgerald. Tim gets it to Colin O'Brien, and once more it's Ballincollig driving it in. Cornerback coming out there was Ian Walsh. Ian getting it out in towards the goal, and a first time pull by Ballincollig, and umpire Paddy Thornhill signals it wide. Bishopstown goalkeeper John O'Neill tapping it out to fullback Brian Cuthbert to take this puck out. Out in the centre of the field, however, though, it's Greg Dermody, who seemed to have shipped a bit of a knock there, is limping. The ambulanceman there, Mr. Lynch, around him as well. And is he going towards the sideline? Do I see a substitute warming up? No, I think they'll probably have a look at him at this stage and see how bad Greg is. He seems to be limping fairly severely. Well pulled on there by Martin Hayes in towards Alan O'Sullivan. Alan using his weight inside there, but beaten to on this occasion by a very lively cornerback James Larkin. James out the wing, only as far as Martin Hayes. Let's it back to Alan Cummins. Alan playing it directly in. Alan O'Sullivan moving towards the ball. Cornerback Barry O'Hay going for it as well. Stalemate inside there, and the ball huddled by Barry towards the sideline. But Trevor Kenny, the left half back, is there, beaten to it by blocked down by Mark Hogan. Back to Mark again. Mark pulling on it towards Hayes. Martin Hayes swinging this one across in front of the goal. Broken down by James Larkin. It's very near the goal line. Well tipped out there by goalie Liam Barry. And away come Ballincollig again. Beats Colin O'Brien and beats Damien Long. Back they go for it. Centre half forward Fergus O'Callaghan trying to add it, but stopped by Brian Cuthbert, the fullback. That's Long and O'Brien. Back again to Fergus O'Callaghan and Brian Cuthbert. Cross in front of the goal here for Ballincollig. Bishop's down there in numbers defending. Half a chance still for Ballincollig. Going towards the goal, Fergus O'Callaghan had half a chance. The ball bounced unkindly for him as goalkeeper John O'Neill advanced. And when he eventually did get his stick to it, it went the wrong side of the post. A let off there for Bishopstown, 7.5 minutes gone. And as we see Mr. McCarthy down there, and is that, yes, Mr. O'Connell from Ballincollig and Mr. McCarthy from Bishopstown. Having a word there about that near miss for Ballincollig, and Lucky let off for Bishopstown. That's number 12, Killian Hooley, getting the ball into the centre. Back goes corner, back Ian Walsh, and Ian hurling it out. Still going near the Bishopstown goal though. Ballincollig not afraid to hurl into them. That's what Bishopstown did yesterday. They needed the self-confidence. They got it with early scores. Ballincollig trying very hard early on as well. Right half back over there, Vaughan Moore to take that. Vaughan hit a lot of place ball yesterday, well pulled on in the air by Martin Condon, and Martin get it in towards Martin Hayes, and Alan Cummins around it. Alan showing lovely skill, picks it up and drives a long ball in towards the full forward line. Tom Casey is in around it, Alan O'Sullivan is in around it. Full backs and full forwards pulled on and across in front of the goal, and Don brought Blossom Dullinor, the cool Annie Assenson. They give it a coup. Tom Casey for Bishopstown to make the score. Scoil and Sprinlave. There you heard it on the public address. Quick puck out, using the head there, Liam Barry. Take his eye off it there was centre field man, left half back and right half back Fergal Tubridy. Fergal recovers, comes back into the centre again. Centre half back Dennis Toomey in around it with Martin Hayes. Martin, a fine hurler, gets it out. Dennis winning that one though, and away come Ballincollig into the centre. Lewis marking out there, and Stephen O'Keefe setting up an attack. Big man there, Brian Cuthbert comes out with it and loses at the second attempt. Fergus O'Callaghan pulling hard into the ball, and Alan Cummins, delightful stroke by Alan, setting up an attack again for Ballinaspeak. Up goes the hand of Martin Hayes, low in towards the goal. Casey's got one already. He won't get one this time though, because it's well stopped by goalie Liam Barry. Advanced and a hard pull there by Alan O'Sullivan, the full forward. What a ball, skimming wide of the post and wide. A good ball there in behind the defence from Martin, playing it low on that occasion. Martin Hayes, Tom Casey onto it like a flash, but out came goalie Liam Barry to get it away. Alan O'Sullivan got the rebound, and Alan unlucky to see it go the wrong side the post. Number 5, Fergal Tubridy, hooked out there by Martin Hayes. Centre half back Tim, that's Tim Fitzgerald. Get it to Martin again. Martin showed great class yesterday, playing in the full forward line again. Nicely up by O'Sullivan. In goes Casey again. Out comes Barry. Barry scoops it out the wing towards O'Hay. Barry O'Hay pulling on the ball left-handed. Only out as far as Alan Cummins though. Trevor Kinney going with him. Alan turning to his right, swings it in. Dangerous ball. Tom Casey under it, and goalie Liam Barry took the step back at the right time, put him off, and that ball going off Tom Casey's early and wide. So Bishopstown doing most of the attacking in this game. We've 10 minutes gone. There's plenty of time left for Ballincollig though to settle down. We had a wind earlier, it has died down. The rain has ceased as well as Ballincollig come in search of the score. Two of them standing over that ball. Colin O'Brien thwarting their efforts though as Ballincollig try and get going in. Colin still battling there with Damien Long. Fergus O'Callaghan getting it in towards full forward Paul Roach. Paul beaten by Brian Cuthbert. Brian had a very solid game against them on yesterday. Out towards Mark Hogan. Mark switching the play and batting it away again. And swinging it out the wing there was Stephen O'Keefe for Ballincollig over towards Killian Hooley. Killian beaten to the pull there by Vaughan Moore, however, and it comes towards centre half back Dennis Toomey for Ballincollig, and it's now Ballincollig on the attack. Up they go in front of the goal, broken down by the full forward, came out. Fergus O'Callaghan with a chance, pulls on it along the ground. Vaughan Moore, or Brian Cuthbert turning the wrong way as he turned in, comes out again towards Fergus. Fergus O'Callaghan shoots her goal, saved by the goalie, comes in. Oh yes, cute play there by number 15 Patrick O'Toole. Goalie John O'Neill stopped it. The ball rose off his early, and in was corner forward Patrick O'Toole to flick it into the corner of the net. Well held Martin Hayes, rounding Dennis Toomey here and swinging it on. Can Bishopstown answer a reply with a quick goal? Alan O'Sullivan, and the other goal scorer Tom Casey. Goal on the other side. That's the way to answer a goal. Puck out down the field, up went the hand of Hayes into the full forward line. Alan O'Sullivan and Tom Casey. So Tom Casey with 2 goals to his credit already. Remember that that Bishopstown have some of these boys who didn't play at all in the final yesterday, showing the depth of hurling talent in the school. Allied to the likes of Alan Cummins in possession out there, and centre forward Martin Hayes, wing forward Martin Condon, showing that there's plenty of hurling out there in Bishopstown at the moment. Another man who played great yesterday is Mark Hogan, flicking it on past 2 men and 3 men, but there's tenacious centre back Dennis Toomey get it away. Back to Mark again. Mark took a hard flake that time. Greg Dermody, who got a knock earlier out, back on the field again though, comes towards Martin Condon. Colin O'Brien first time striking. Tom Casey, will he make it number 3, pulling on the ball across in front of the goal. Alan O'Sullivan putting his body in around it there. Spearman over, no corner back on him, but away comes Ballincollig, and left half back Trevor Kennedy getting it out. Centre field man there, David Kelly, letting it to Fergal Tubridy. Fergal finding it hard going out there. Stephen O'Kelly is kicking it along in front of him, and David Kelly is there Greg Dermody, Mark Cogan, Alan Cummins. Alan kicking this ball, getting it away. Got a knock yesterday, but isn't showing any signs of it affecting him today. Play out to the ball well, striking well. Here he is again, flicking it away from Trevor Kenny. He'll pick and strike and might go for the point on this occasion. High in front of the goal. Alan O'Sullivan puts up his early. Take it out. Cool leg, Ballinasbeg. Good goal there by Alan O'Sullivan from Alan Cummins' cross.
3 goals and 2 points. Ballincollig 1 goal.
Yes, definitely, and what we saw yesterday will be hard to stop this Bishopstown team, as it's 3-2 to 1 goal at this stage. Martin Condon hurling it left-handed in towards the centre. Martin Hayes and Dennis Toomey coming for it. Martin tipping it away towards Greg Dermody, and here comes Greg, low in front of the goal. Alan O'Sullivan, Alan Moore and son, Akbote Ranur Shinigan, Lon Cool, and Sinead Kinnell Hagerty. Amach Hagan Ballincollig, Stephen O'Keefe, Monson, the Lorna Park, Dio Caligas, Fergal O'Callaghan, Sinead, I say, a bull and a cush to Martin Condon over to the far side of the field. One Ballincollig man down. Standing over it there was Vaughan Moore. Vaughan getting it in towards Brendan Carney and Barry O'Hay tussling inside. Barry getting the better of this one, and Ballincollig again relieved the siege. Out into the centre, trying to pull on it there as he was going back was Tim Fitzgerald, but back goes Vaughan Moore. Vaughan hurling it along the ground, up along the wing, up towards Allen. Allen Cummins getting the nice bounce that time as it hopped beyond 2 Ballincollig men. Stopped by Allen again though, good man to chase, and Harry. Back is Martin Hayes, hand pass by Cummins, hospital pass nearly for Hayes, but Hayes gets away with it. Near the sideline over there, going off a Ballincollig stick, and to be a sideline cut to Bishopstown over on the far side of the field, about 40 yards out. And it's the man with the Kilkenny blood in him going over to take this one, Alan Cummins. Cuts it well into the centre, up they go. That's Greg Dermody, gets it into his hand, turns and hits it left-handed high and over the bar and accurate. 3-3 to 1 goal. Ballincollig, or Bishopstown yesterday gave an exhibition of scoring.
3 goals and 3 points, Ballincollig 1 goal.
Yesterday they got 4 goals and 10 points. Today they have 3 goals and 3 notched up after 15 minutes of play. Would they be in for another big score? Ballincollig, however, hurling very well, even though they must realise that they're up against a very, very good Bishopstown team. One of the very good men here is Greg Dermody. Won't come the first time, does the sensible thing and pulls on it up along the wing. Ballincollig hunting in twos. That's Stephen O'Keefe getting it in, but it's back goes full forward way out there, Paul Roach, as Martin Condon came back. Alan Cummins again. Alan and Martin Condon standing over Trevor Kenny, robbing Alan Cummins on this occasion and trying to scoop it away from Ballincollig. 3 Bishopstown men around it. This is good skill by Alan, and Alan tries to do too much on this occasion, however, steps out over the sideline straight across from this commentary position, and to be a sideline cut to Scoil and Ballincollig. Yes. Down there is it's hard to make out who it is from here. I think it's one of the Ballincollig mentors. Is it Mr. Landers? In fact, it is. We'll follow the play, however, out into the centre of the field. There's Martin Condon fighting, but the ball running away from him. Out comes Brian Cuthbert, beaten to it on this occasion by Fergus O'Callaghan heading for goal. Chance here for Ballincollig, pulled on by number 10. Paul Roach to full forward. Fergus O'Callaghan is out there as well, but away comes Vaughan Moore, playing it out soccer style out the far wing. Beaten to the pull there, in fact, was right half forward, Killian Hooley, and this is Greg Dermody. Greg pulling on the ball, showing no mercy. He said if the ball is there, you're allowed whip on it, and that's the way to play the game. Martin Condon seems to be gone back into the half-back line now at this stage. Martin hooked in the first attempt, pulls across and plays it out towards the sideline this side of the field. That's unlucky there was Fergal Tubridy slipped as he went to hit it. Mark Cogan had no such problem and playing it in towards 2-goal heroes so far, Tom Casey. Tom Casey beaten to this one by James Larkin. Out to Tubridy. Here comes Colin O'Brien. Colin O'Brien getting it as far as Mark Cogan. Mark Cogan one-handed as far as his midfield partner Greg Dermody into the centre. Martin Hayes beaten to it by centre-back Dennis Toomey, and Ballincollig come again. Only as far as Martin Condon, however. Martin getting it out the wing towards Alan Cummins. Alan Cummins being chased by 2 Ballincollig men. Finding a tough guy out there, falls to the ground, and Ballincollig avert the danger. Still in around their own half of the field though, and they'd surely want to be getting it down. That's Trevor Kenny on the ground, only as far as Martin Condon. Martin playing it low into the centre and beats Greg Dermody, doesn't beat Dennis Toomey, and Stephen O'Keefe is pulling hard there as a quick a bit of stick work there by Alan Cummins, sets up Ballinasby again. Good hurling there by centre field man Stephen O'Keefe down the wing. Vaughan Moore coming across to this one as far as Mark Hogan. Mark, tall young fella, gets it away, but back to cover was Colin O'Brien from Ballinasby, coming near the sideline here in front of us. Pulled on up along the wing. Good hurling there by Damien Long. Damien gets it in. Brian Cuthbert and Paul Roach going for this one. Cuthbert gets the better of it, pulls that ball. Relieving clearance, goes off the helmet, I imagine, even off the cage of the helmet of Fergus O'Callaghan, out over the sideline on this side of the field. We have men with yellow helmet taking sideline cuts on both sides for Bishopstown. That was taken by Colin O'Brien. Alan Cummins taking them on the other side. Greg Dermody playing the direct ball into his full forward line. Out comes Tom Casey. Alan O'Sullivan beaten for pace but arrives all the same, trying to get it up. Ball stuck to the ground. And in fact, it wasn't stuck to the ground too long because he put down his hand and tried to undo the stickiness. Referee Hooley is spotting him and awards a free out to Ballincollig. Fergus O'Callaghan and Timmy Fitzgerald. Brian Cuthbert coming out. Fergus chasing after it. Colin O'Brien getting it out. Damien Long around it for Ballincollig. Damien whips on it in towards the centre. Up went the hurley of Tim Fitzgerald. Fergus O'Callaghan in after it. Paul Roach is in there. Chance here for Ballincollig as goal scorer Patrick O'Toole going for the ball. Pulls on it over across in front of the goal, but goalie John O'Neill watches it dribble out over the in line, having gone off a hurley of one of the Bishopstown men, and to be a 65 for Scoil Ballincollig. A very shocked the Chasavosi Kyun, Trevor Kenny. Trevor will be called back though. And to be taken by centre back Dennis Toomey, 65. They trailed 3-3 to 1 goal. Dennis hits this one well. It's going to be dropping in around the house. Up they go for it, and it drops, yes, accurately over the bar, hit the net, hit the back of the net, but hit the back of the net from the wrong side. It's still a point. 3-3 to 1-1. Good score there by centre half back Dennis Toomey from Ballincollig. Out into the centre of the field, broken down there by Killian Hooley, trying to set up another attack for Ballincollig. But that's Mark Hogan. Mark misjudges his pull that time. Fergus O'Callaghan causing problems to the Bishopstown defence. Out comes Brian Cuthbert, the clash of the ash. Down goes O'Callaghan and away comes Cuthbert. Out in the centre of the field, Martin Condon beaten to it by Stephen O'Keefe. David Kelly adding to it in towards the full forward line. Paul Roach has difficulty in getting room to swing his hurley in there. Cuthbert, Roach, chance, hits it high. Good hurling, Paul Roach over the bar. Good score, Ballincollig. Stopped it, controlled it, and Tubman shortened his hurley and snappily tapped it over the bar. 3-3 to 1-2. Ballincollig definitely not dying. We have 5 minutes to go in this first half. They trail by 3-3 to 1-2. But that's not a very lot in hurling. Playing well though, out to the centre of the field. Up they go for it, in win Condon. Colin O'Brien driving the ball in towards Alan O'Sullivan. Alan being beaten by Kenneth Hegarty in this occasion. Of course, Kenneth's father, well-known great Cork hurler. Alan Cummins into the centre. Hegarty back there again. And Barry O'Hea back there. Dennis Toomey back there. Comes to Martin Hayes. Martin bottled up and hooshed as it comes to Greg Dermody. Greg going for power that time. Miss hits the ball. Toomey out the wing towards Tublady, and away comes the relieving clearance for Ballincollig. Condon in the centre, hooked the first time, hurdles it along the ground into the centre. Moving over here for this Greg Dermody. Well blocked down inside there by James Larkin. Great name. And Dennis Toomey, the centre half back, gets it out. Of course, he is as far as Alan Cummins towards Martin Hayes. Martin gets around Dennis Toomey. Will he take the point? Hits it high in towards the goal. Goalkeeper Liam Barry dive, but the ball made the corner of the net. Scroped in under the angle. Good goal by Martin Hayes. Slightly fortuitous. Unlucky goalkeeper Liam Barry.
Ballincollig 1 goal and 2.
Yes, Bishopstown seem to have the ability every time Ballincollig scored that they come quickly back up the field again and reply in kind with a score in kind, or even better. So that ball pulled on by Martin Condon out over the sideline on the far side of the field to be a sideline cut to Ballincollig. Be taken by Barry O'Hea, I think, the left corner back. Barry pulls on it low, cuts it low, comes to Alan Cummins. Alan doesn't bother using his hands on this occasion either, but takes the one step out over the sideline, and the sideline cut to Scoil again, moving down along the sideline. With the sideline cuts, they were lucky on that occasion, and this one to be taken by Trevor Kenny, I think. Trevor cuts this one into the centre. Up goes the paw. That was the paw of Martin Condon, and Martin sending the ball back again into the centre. That's Stephen O'Keefe. Drive it only as far as Greg Dermody. Greg opens his shoulders and lofts a high one in towards Tom Casey and James Larkin. Up they go for it. Ball breaking down nicely to Alan O'Sullivan. Casey with the ball again, showing good skill, turning it left, puts it across in front of the goal. That's the other corner power, Brendan Carney. Brendan robbed on that occasion by left corner back Barry O'Hare. Referee Dunleary blows his whistle and awards a free out to Ballincollig. A bit of late pulling there as Brendan Carney couldn't control that ball when it came across, and he was penalised for pulling, a bit of wild pulling, so it's a free out to Scoil. Not a great one though, only as far as the danger man, target man. That's Martin Hayes. Martin slipping inside 2 men and hits it low in towards the goal. Across comes the corner back James Larkin. Only as far as Alan O'Sullivan. Alan pulls. Great save Liam Barry. Great save Liam Barry as Tom Casey forces the ball over the line. That'll be Tom's hat-trick. Alan O'Sullivan whipped on the ball across, and Liam Barry did well to stop it with his feet, but the ball trickled away from him, and in was Tom Casey to force the ball over the line, make that a hat-trick for right corner forward, or left corner forward Tom Casey. As 5 goals and 3 points to 1 goal and 2, with 23.5 minutes gone in fact the first half is over, and that's it. Referee Hooley calls it day. 5-3 to 1-2 at half time. Second half just underway, and it's Ballincollig on the attack as it comes in there. Up goes the hand of Brian Cuthbert, and Brian holds it well at the second attempt and gets it out to the wing. Only as far as 2 Ballincollig men. That was number 7, Trevor Kinney, coming in with the whip there, trying to set his players in motion. Centre forward Fergus O'Callaghan. Cuthbert is in there, so is corner back Ian Walsh, and Ian getting it out. Over here in front of us is Alan Cummins. Alan showing beautiful stick work all day, kicking that ball, and as he did so, he got a little dunt there, I think, from centre half back and Dennis Toomey. Referee Hooley very vigilant on that occasion and penalises the Ballincollig defender Alan Cummins, and number 5 Fergal, or Vaughan Moore, standing over it, and Vaughan will take it. Vaughan struck long ball yesterday from the 65s, is taking the ball out in the centre of the field, balancing himself over this one, gets it high and in towards the goal. Up they go for it, pulled on inside there by Martin Condon, but no ball, and cleared out by the defence. Not far. Martin is still in around it. There is full-back Kenneth Hegarty kicking it out in front of him, and eventually effecting a good clearance out towards his centre field man Stephen O'Keefe. Stephen not wearing a helmet today. That's the exception rather than the rule in the Ishki and the Scoil finals. Well hit in there by Fergus Tubridy, breaking inside in front of the goal, hooked out by Ian Walsh, out as far as Colin O'Brien. Colin thought about hitting it along the ground, had time to rise and pucks it into the centre of the field. That was David Kelly. David pulling again at the second attempt as far as Dennis Dineen for Bishopstown. Fergus pulling in now, but dangerous ball in. Good goalkeeping, John O'Neill. A dangerous ball dropping in inside in front of him, quickly off his line to smother it, and his defence did the rest. Back it comes to O'Toole. That's Patrick O'Toole, who scored a goal already. Inside in front of the goal is Pat Hennessy, but the ball moving away, going very near to the end line over there. Umpire Sean O'Leary says it didn't cross the line. We'll follow the play. This is Dennis Dineen again, beaten to the pull on this occasion by Fergus O'Callaghan, but recovering to get it away out to the centre of the field. Mark Cogan going for the ball. Mark pulling the ball up along the wing as far as Greg Dermody. Greg trying to keep it going in towards the corner man, Brendan Carney, but it's cornerback Barry O'Hare who gets it out here towards Mark Cogan again. Mark going, or Vaughan going for size, or going for power, that and didn't come very well for him, and back towards Stephen O'Flynn. What's one hurley gone to Alan Cummins, sorry, as he looks around. Good hurley gone, waves over, needs a new one. Ball crosses the sideline. It will be a sideline cut to Ballincollig, to be taken by Stephen O'Keefe to take it. Nearly 3 minutes of play gone in the first half as Bishopstown now try to. In fact, it didn't cross the line. It was a free, well pulled on there by centre field man David Kelly up into the corner. Cross there is number 15, working hard, and Patrick O'Toole trying to get it away. Was the other Dennis Dineen, the defender, and the ball going eventually out, crossing the sideline on this side of the field, and this sideline cut to be taken by Fergal Tubridy. Fergal cuts it into the centre. Up goes the hand of Martin Condon. Showed good skill in the air yesterday as well, especially when he doubled on one ball and buried it into the back of the net. Down into the centre here is centre half back, then left half back Fergus Fergal, Tublady, but Fergal pulling on that one out over the sideline and a line ball to Bishopstown. Up comes Vaughan Moore to take it again. Alan Cummins leaving the ball for him, and Vaughan will take this one, taking great care in his placing, standing back, gives a little swivel of the hurley, and up he comes, strikes a very good long ball down into the corner, down towards Brendan Carney. Brendan and Barry O'Hay. Barry O'Hay getting the better of the tussle so far, but is finding it difficult to get great clearance in. Gets it out only as far as Mark Hogan. Mark turning away, pulling in the ball in front of the goal. Inside there was the man with the red helmet from Bishopstown, wasn't successful on this occasion. Mark Hogan getting it back again. This is Hayes, Martin Hayes. Swings it high and swings it to the left of the post and wide. Yes, Greg Dermody tried to get his stick to that one early before, but wasn't successful. It came to Martin Hayes, and Martin put it wide on that occasion. Still, 5-3 to 1-2 is a comfortable lead. Goalkeeper Liam Barry getting ready to take this puck out. Comes a good bit out off his line, but pucks a fine ball into the centre. Up they go for it again. Martin Condon tried to bat it down, but it fell kindly for Mark Hogan. Mark Hogan trying to get it to Martin Hayes. Hard pulling out there by both sides. Hogan winning it. This is the man who's a hat-trick got. That's Tom Casey. Tom beating it on this occasion, and away from Ballincollig. Martin Condon's over there, however, though, with Damien Long for Ballincollig. Martin winning this tussle, but winning it unfairly. This is referee Donald Hooley, and referee awards the free to Ballincollig out in the centre of the field, and Stephen O'Keefe will take this one, I'm sure. There we see two worried Ballincollig mentors. That's Donald Moore McConvey and Padraig O'Connell. I'm sure they're worried at this stage. Their team are in arrears by 4 goals and a point. That's 13 points. As Martin Condon sets up at Bishopstown again, Stephen has time to rise this time and strikes it without handling it all up along the wing. Damien Long and Colin O'Brien going for it. Colin wins the pull, but pulls on it out over the sideline, and a sideline cut to Scoil and over on the far side of the field in front of the uncovered stand. Well cut into the centre, up they go, and well batted away by Colin O'Brien. Only as far as Fergus O'Callaghan. Fergus is a great man to forage and try his hat out for Ballincollig, but he's not getting any change either from Tim Fitzgerald. Here comes Mark Hogan for Ballinasbig, and Mark gets it out towards the right half forward position over there, going very near the sideline. Martin Condon tries to hoosh his man out over the line. Alan Cummins eventually blocks him down, but fails to get in a delivery. Back it comes again to Mark Hogan. Mark into his midfield partner, playing in attack now is Greg Dermody. Greg turning high, right-handed and accurate over the bar. Good score, Ballinasbig. Good score, Greg Dermody.
Bishopstown 5 goals and 4 points. Ballincollig 1 goal and 2.
Yes. Fairly handsome lead for Bishopstown at this stage. We have 6.5 minutes to play gone in the second half. Up they go in the centre of the field. Well held by the eagle eye and the eagle hand, the safe, confident hand of Martin Hayes. Clearance didn't match the fetch though, and away come Ballincollig. That's number 7, Trevor Kenny. Trevor fouled on that occasion by one of the Bishopstown men. I think it was by Martin Condon. No, in fact it was by Martin Hayes, and a free for David Kelly and Ballincollig. David will be hoping to send this one in around the house. In fact, goes in himself and needs it to centre half back Dennis Toomey. Dennis, a fine long striker. This isn't one of his better ones. As far as David Kelly, however, David being chased by Mark Hogan, beaten by Mark Hogan. Mark using his long hands there and his long reach as he gets it away out the wing from Ballincollig, for Bishopstown. Substitute on Michael McKnight on the Bishopstown team. We'll follow the play, however. I'll tell you who's gone later. Alan Cummins one-handed gets it across only into the space where Trevor Kinney is. Trevor drives it, but it's half blocked down by Alan Cummins. Back again come Bishopstown over towards the sideline, going very near the sideline on this side of the field. Well pulled on up there by number 8, that's Stephen O'Keefe, into the corner. Ian Walsh, no, it's James Trindle on for Bishopstown. David Kelly in towards Colin O'Brien. Danger inside in front of the goal. Ballincollig honing in on goal. Well pulled on there by number 16, a sub for Ballincollig. We tell you who that is. That's Daniel O'Callaghan. Daniel unlucky on that occasion to see his effort go wide of the post. Quickly taken out into the centre of the field by fullback Brian Cuthbert. Martin Hayes bending and picking. A hand pass into space to Mark Hogan, and Mark hits it long in towards the full forward line. Alan O'Sullivan inside there, running in behind him is Tom Casey. Is Tom in for number 4? Let's see what's going to happen. It's a good save by goalkeeper Liam Barry, getting down at his near post and pushing that ball out around the post. Umpire Paddy Thornhill there signalling 65 as the other umpire Mick Welch moving back to get into position to watch the flight of this 65 to be taken by Martin Hayes. Not a great one by Martin, but dangerous in around the goal. Up they go for it. The ball is added to by full forward Alan O'Sullivan, flicked in nicely, and the ball's in the back of the net. Big Alan O'Sullivan, the full forward, burying that one for Ballincollig. There you see Alan. I'm sure he'll be happy after with that attempt, as it wasn't a greatly struck 65 by Martin Hayes, but Alan got his hurley to it before Kenneth Hegarty and deflected the ball into the corner of the net past goalkeeper Liam Barry. Here come Bishopstown again. Martin Condon trying to add onto that one, but didn't come off for him this occasion. Back they go for it. Over comes Colin O'Brien. Lifts, stops it and hits it. Beaten to there by David Kelly. David trying his heart out, kicking it ahead of him, but there is number 2 Dennis Deneen to belt it away from Bishopstown. Back goes Martin Hayes, shot blocked down, and Ballincollig on the attack again. Out comes the goalkeeper once more, ball going very near the goal line, but stopped there by fullback Brian Cuthbert, and danger averted. Goalkeeper John O'Neill showing how quick he is, very fast off his line now. That's the second occasion as down it comes to number 18 Michael McKnight from Bishopstown into the space. Martin Condon puts it in again. In goes the other substitute Brian McKnight. I wonder to see a brother of Michael's, but away comes goalkeeper Liam Barry, effects a fine clearance over to the far side of the field. Martin Condon in space now. Is he going to hit it low? He hits it high and over the bar. Good score, Ballincollig. 6 goals and 4 points, fine total. 1 goal and 2 to Ballincollig at this stage. Yes, definitely. I think the all-round hurling ability of Bishopstown beginning to shine through at this stage now, as Ballincollig are getting a little bit ragged. 6-5 to 1-2 at this stage, as you see. Very sizable and commanding lead. But then again, on yesterday's performance, Bishopstown were well ahead of them on at one stage, and Demond came back and they could have got them maybe. They only ended up with 5 points to spare, having been 5-3 to 5-6, I think, to 1-3 ahead at one stage. Barry O'Hay tidying up, or Kenneth Hegarty tidying up there for Ballincollig and putting that one out over the sideline. Fergus O'Callaghan couldn't keep it in play, and it will be a sideline cut to Martin Hayes and Bishopstown. Martin looks to see where it's going to go. I'm sure he didn't intend to put it there. It only came as far as Dennis Toomey to David Kelly, and a fine clearance. Dennis Deneen putting up his hand and turning, hits it high, but meant to hit it high. Fergus O'Callaghan very quickly in with the block. Back there goes Dennis Deneen again. Colin O'Brien getting it out though for Bishopstown. Dennis Toomey there for Ballincollig, being surrounded by 2 Bishopstown men, gets it up to Damien Long. Damien Long gets it in towards corner forward number 13 Pat Hennessy. Pat bottled up, knocked to the ground, no free play on the referee. O'Brien gets it out. There's Toomey trying to get past 2 Ballincollig men to O'Callaghan. Great shot, great save, goalie John O'Neill. Snapshot there by Fergus O'Callaghan, the centre half forward for Ballincollig, but John O'Neill equal to that effort, and John put it around the post for a 65. Dennis Toomey placing this ball. Time definitely not on the side of Ballincollig at this stage, as they trail by a fairly substantial margin now. That's the cornerback, and Dennis Toomey getting it out towards Martin Hayes. Martin tries to pick it, won't come. Alan Cummins tries to pick it, won't come. And direct hurling there by Fergal Tubridy, getting it in towards the Bishopstown goal. Mark Hogan turning it away. Will he get his time to get his hurley in? Tapped away from him though by Damien Long, and here comes Ballincollig again, number 7 Ray Kenny, or Trevor Kenny, not very successful in effecting a delivery there, but Ballincollig still trying away. Alan Cummins in space, picks it up into his hand, turns and sets up an attack, gets it down towards McKnight. That's the Michael McKnight, and Michael get it in towards Alan O'Sullivan, but Alan would want to have jet propelled heels to have got in after that one, as it was too strong and went out over the end line for a 65. It went off of Ballincollig hurley, and the umpire signals 65. Referee out in the centre of the field, showing where the ball is to be placed. Down there we see Mr. Conway and Mr. Landers. I'm sure that they must be worried men at this stage. Ballincollig trailing by 5 goals and 2 points, and we have 13 minutes gone in the second half. This one, Martin Hayes tried to pull on Alan O'Sullivan, tried to get a hurley in there, but none of them could stop Stephen O'Keefe getting it out for Ballincollig. Fergus O'Callaghan and Dennis Deneen. Fergus being fouled by Dennis on that occasion, and a free to Ballincollig out in the centre of the field. I wonder, will Dennis Toomey take this one, or will Fergus himself take it? Fergus standing over it anyway. I think getting the signal to move in himself and leave it to Dennis. Up comes Dennis, and Dennis will surely hope to put this one in around the house. Not a great one either by Dennis on this occasion. He struck one great ball from a 65 in the first half. Fergus O'Callaghan still around at the scooping it in towards goal. Out comes fullback Cuthbert, blocked down by Damien Long. Dennis Deneen turning onto his right. The ball hits off referee Donald Hooley, and he decides to throw it in. Mark Hogan is standing there, and I think it's David Kelly. Mark definitely the bigger of the two. David winning the tussle on this occasion, and Ballincollig come away. It's tight out there. The David Kelly again showing good wrist, pulling first time. Out again, moving into a little bit of space, back into the centre. Dennis Deneen stops and huddles it on the ground into where there should be a Bishopstown man. Martin Condon too far back on this occasion, and Stephen O'Flynn getting it only as far as Alan Cummins. Alan beaten to it by David Kelly. David coming into the game more in the second half. Tussling and bustling in around there is that Colm Dwyer as the inside corner forward for Ballincollig. Up they go. Martin Hayes beaten it by Dennis Toomey. Dennis Toomey unlucky to see the ball come off Alan Cummins' foot, and away comes Martin Hayes at the second attempt. Second time of asking. Good ball down to Martin Condon. Martin gets it up into his hand, turns and sends it in towards the full back line, the full forward. Well done inside there, cornerback James Larkin. Chasing it after is McKnight. That's Brian McKnight. Martin Condon coming to help him, but well got away by Larkin as well as number 7, Trevor Kelly. Over on the far side of the field, here come Bishopstown. The ball falling from Martin Hayes, however. Dennis Toomey is around it, and Mark Hogan going back. Mark tries to pick it, won't come. Gets it out the wing towards Martin Condon. 2 Ballincollig men there. One of them is Stephen O'Keefe. Stephen O'Keefe getting it in to only as far as Colin O'Brien. Dennis Toomey going back. Couldn't bend down to get it as 3 Bishopstown men hove in on him, and it comes out into the centre of the field. Ballincollig probably it's militating against them. They're not as long as strikers as Bishopstown. They're finding it much more difficult to get up that field. Dennis Deneen and Fergus O'Callaghan. Fergus hitting the deck. He's picks himself up fairly gingerly, but a fine stroke out there by Stephen O'Keefe, who seems to be gone back centre back now, with Dennis Toomey moving up into the forwards. They try everything at this stage. Number 10, Damien Long, kicking for goal. Here is the number 13, the corner forward, Pat Hennessy. Pat couldn't control it as he pulled on that ball, and it goes out over the end line. So definitely very much Bishopstown's game at this stage. They seem to be in command all over the field, even though Ballincollig are not giving up. They're playing with great heart. They really have a huge mountain to climb. This is one man who's not afraid of the challenge, though. That was Dennis Toomey, the centre half back, in towards another man who has performed with distinction today, Fergus O'Callaghan. But Fergus's puck that time went off the side of Hurley and out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Will be a sideline cut to Colin O'Brien and Ballinasby. We hear "Here We Go" down there from the Ballincollig supporters. I think it should be "Here We Go" for Mr. Lynch and Ballinasby. They're very comfortably in the lead at this stage. The pep gone out of the game somewhat, even though Ballincollig supporters trying to get their team back into the match. It's really an uphill struggle now. Well pulled on out there by Dennis Toomey. Trying to set up these attacks for Ballincollig, but they're floundering on the bigger and more skillful Bishopstown players, especially in central positions. Mark Hogan couldn't get that one. It comes towards Fergal Tubridy. Fergal in again towards the forwards, and over comes Vaughan Moore and Sean Curtin going for Daniel O'Callaghan going for that one. Vaughan winning it, bigger man winning it. At number 18 there is Michael McKnight. Michael with the help of Martin Condon getting it in a little, but it's tidied up inside by fullback Kenneth Hegarty. Kenneth to Tubridy, O'Callaghan. The other O'Callaghan, Daniel O'Callaghan, beaten to the pull there, back to Alan Cummins. Alan snaps it up, a hand pass into, or a hurley pass into Martin Hayes. Martin going beyond 2 men, but as he does, referee Donald Hooley says, Shinawil.
Bishopstown 6 goals and 5 points. Ballincollig 1 goal and 2.
So that's Cudden and Braher Summers going to Ballinasby. No, it's Cudden. Yes, Cudden. Ealinsha going to Bishopstown, second cup in 2 days. Yesterday defeated Northmont. Today a comprehensive victory over Scoil and Ballincollig, and well done Bishopstown, Ryan Ace, Sciath, August Ryan A.
Well done, Senna. No,
Get it across, pulled down there by the cornerback, and away come Ballincollig. Alan Cummins thinking about pulling it in the air, but it was the head of Trevor Kenny to be thought of. A high ball from Alan, however, though, and straight and short. As Brendan is around it, comes out again towards Greg Dermody, and Greg pulling on, showing lovely skill, picks it up and drives a long ball in towards the full forward line. Tom Casey is in around it, Alan O'Sullivan is in around it, full backs and full forwards, pulled on and across in front of the goal, and Tom brought long way as he turned in, comes out again towards Fergus O'Callaghan, shoots her goal, saved by the goalie, comes in, oh yes, cute play there by number 15, Patrick O'Toole. Well held Martin Hayes, rounding Dennis Toomey here and swinging it on. Can Bishopstown answer a reply with a quick goal? Alan O'Sullivan and the other goal scorer, Tom Casey, goal on the other side. That's the way to answer a goal. Trevor Kenny, he'll pick and strike and might go for the point on this occasion. High in front of the goal, Alan O'Sullivan puts up his early, take it out, cool leg, Ballinasby. Cuts it well into the centre, up they go. That's Greg Dermody, gets it into his hand, turns and hits it left-handed high and over the bar and accurate. 3-1 goal. Dennis hits this one well, it's going to be dropping in around the house, up they go for it, and it drops, yes, accurately over the bar. Paul Roach has difficulty in getting room to swing his early in there. Cuthbert, Roach, chance, hits it high, good hurling, Paul Roach over the bar. Good. Martin Hayes, Martin gets around, Dennis Toomey, will he take the point? Hits it high, enters the goal. Goalkeeper Liam Barry dive, but the ball made the... Martin Hayes, Martin slipping inside 2 men and hits it low in towards the goal. Across comes the cornerback, James Larkin. On his house, Alan O'Sullivan, Alan pulls. Great save, Liam Barry. Great save, Liam Barry, as Tom Casey forces the ball back into his midfield partner. Playing in attack now is Greg Dermody. Greg turning high, right-handed and accurate over the bar. Not a great one by Martin, but dangerous in around the goal. Up they go for it. The ball is added to him.
Team from Bishopstown. In goal, Ian Barry. Right full back, James Larkin. Full back, Kenneth Hagerty. Left full back, Gary O'Hare. Right half back, Fergal Tuberty. Centre back, Dennis Toomey. Left Trevor Kenny. Centre fields are Stephen O'Keefe and David Kelly. Right half forward, Damien Long. Centre forward, Fergus O'Callaghan. And left half forward, Killian Hooley. Right corner forward, Pat Hennessy. Full forward, Paul Roach. And left corner forward, Patrick O'Toole. Bishopstown are very welcome to Crockett Field final. And now we welcome the boys from Ballincollig. In goal, Sean O'Neill. Right full back, Ian Brennan. Full back, Donald McCullough. Left full back, Jonathan O'Donnell. Right half back, Donald Morgan. Centre back, Tyke McGarrett. Left half back, Colleen O'Neill. Centre fields are Marco Coban and Gregor McDermott. Right half forward, Aline O'Comine. Centre forward, Martin O'Haig. Left half forward, Martin O'Condoon. The right corner forward is Brendan O'Curry. Full forward is Alan O'Sullivan. And then full forward is Tomas O'Carrick. And Ballincollig are very welcome to this final as well. And the referee is Mr. Donald Hooley from Churchfield National School. 25 minutes aside in this game.
Right, here we are. Welcome to the Ryan A final here between Ballincollig and Bishopstown. And first to break away are Bishopstown, Mark Cogan. Mark get it in towards the full forward line, but out comes the full back there, Kenneth Hegarty, and Kenneth get it away. And over there is Greg Dermody out to Alan Cummins for Bishopstown. Alan beaten on this occasion, but Alan pulling on the ball into the centre. Over comes the centre half forward, Martin Hayes. Martin beaten on this occasion, and a fine long ball into the full forward line by Ballincollig. The ball going too strong on this occasion though, going out over the end line, and John O'Neill is content to let it go. Brian Cuthbert to take the puck out. This is the Ryan A final. Remember, we had Bishopstown in action yesterday in the Ryan A Specialta when they overcame very hot favourites, the North Monastery, to score an historic victory for themselves and their school here. They're trying to win the Ryan A today, but the shoe is on the other foot now, as they must be cloaked in the warm mantle of favouritism, and Ballincollig in the role of underdogs today. Sideline cut over on the far side of the field. For Ballincollig, I think it's left half back Trevor Kenny to take this one. Trevor cuts it, not a very long one. Alan Cummins pulls on the ball left-handed in towards the full forward line and the full back line. Inside there is the big man, that's Alan O'Sullivan. Alan could cause a lot of damage in around the goal. Broken away towards Alan Cummins, pulling on the ball well. Over there is the corner forward, Tom Casey. Tom trying to get it across. Pulled down there by the corner back, and away come Ballincollig. Alan Cummins thinking about pulling it in the air, but there was the head of Trevor Kenny to be thought of. A high ball from Alan, however, though, and straight and through and over the bar. Colleen on the Yassenson, Igalan O'Comine and Keith scored and Glehe, Trish Nomat Guled and Keith Lasho, while an Aspig and Colleen.
Ballincollig no score.
A fine puck out there by Ballincollig goalkeeper Liam Barry. Liam could be busy with the lineup of Bishopstown forwards if they play to the potential they showed yesterday. Mark Hogan and Greg Dermody going back for this one. Number 7 there is Colin O'Brien as well. Colin beaten on that occasion by number 10 Damien Long into the centre. Brian Cuthbert is out there. Colin O'Brien is there. Centre half back is there as well. Tim Fitzgerald. But it only comes as far as the centre field man David Kelly from Ballincollig. A high one swinging in front of the goal. Up they go. A brave man put up his hand inside there. That was cornerback Ian Walsh. But still around the Bishopstown goal, 3 or 4 of them. Brian Cuthbert is there. Paul Roach there for Ballincollig. Inch by inch it's going nearer to the goal. It's like a pushover try at this stage. But cornerback there is Dennis Deneen getting it out an inch or two for Bishopstown. Scrappy enough inside there, and eventually number 5, the right half back, Vaughan Moore, relieves the pressure and gets it out to Alan Cummins. Alan overruns that ball though and goes out over the sideline, the far side of the field. Sideline cut to Ballincollig to be taken by their midfielder David Kelly. David standing back now, cutting this one into the centre, not a very long one. Alan and Trevor Kenny there for Ballincollig. Ball coming out into the centre. Spearman with a green micro helmet there for Ballincollig. Get it in towards Brian Cuthbert and full forward Paul Roach. In again towards the goal. Colin O'Brien poke it away. Gets a heavy shoulder there, but gets it as far as Greg Dermody. Greg get it up into his hand. Out the wing towards Mark Hogan. Mark along the ground. This is Alan Cummins switching wings. Won't come for him the first time or the second in fact. Beaten to it there by Trevor Kenny. Back towards Mark Hogan, and Mark Hogan setting up his forwards in towards number 11, Martin Hayes. Martin, who had an absolute stormer here yesterday for Bishopstown, beaten on that occasion, and the ball going off his early out over the sideline, and the sideline cut for Ballincollig and Fergal Tubridy. Fergal cutting it low into the centre. That's number 12, the full forward yesterday, Martin Condon. Martin scored 2 great goals yesterday, playing on the wing today, in towards the corner. Running over here is corner forward Brendan Carney, I think it is. Hard to read Mr. Lynch's writing. In towards the full forward Alan O'Sullivan. Alan and full back and Kenneth Hegarty going for that one. Ball coming back to Alan again, trying to get it across. Gets it as far as 15. That's Tom Casey. Tom in towards the goal. Saved inside by Liam Barry, the goalie. Then cleared away by the cornerback Barry O'Hay. And Barry chasing it out. Alan Cummins is out there. Alan with a bit of time hits it high in front of the goal. Up they go for it. 13 pulling on it. Alan O'Sullivan around it. As Brendan is around it. Comes out again towards Greg Dermody, and Greg pulling on the ball first time high and over the bar. Ballinaspig Gachudini, the main score Fosig Ballincollig. Greg Dermody there, the centre field man, as that ball came back from one of the defenders, Greg quickly doubled on it and sent it high and over the bar for Bishopstown's second score. So Scoil and Spridnave, as I say, would be in the would be classed as very hot favourites today on yesterday's display. Playing it out the wing towards Brendan Carney. Brendan getting it in. Over comes fullback Kenneth Hegarty. Kenneth getting it out towards Barry O'Hay, but it's Bishopstown moving towards goal, moving menacingly and threateningly towards Liam Barry's goal, but the ball goes wide. Ooh, hard word to say that. Liam Barry, another puck out, his 4th of the game so far. It's this one out into the centre of the field. Mark Hogan bats it down, but there to collect his Stephen O'Keefe for Ballincollig, and nice hurling by Stephen up along the wing. Tried to add it on there was Damien Long, but only as far as Colin O'Brien into the centre again. Dermody and David Kelly going for that one. Colin O'Brien racing out to the breaking ball. That's 8. Stephen O'Keefe going for it with Dermody. Comes back as far as centre half back Tim Fitzgerald. Tim gets it to Colin O'Brien, and once more it's Ballincollig driving it in. Cornerback coming out there was Ian Walsh. Ian getting it out in towards the goal, and a first time pull by Ballincollig, and umpire Paddy Thornhill signals it wide. Bishopstown goalkeeper John O'Neill tapping it out to fullback Brian Cuthbert to take this puck out. Out in the centre of the field, however, though, it's Greg Dermody, who seemed to have shipped a bit of a knock there, is limping. The ambulanceman there, Mr. Lynch, around him as well. And is he going towards the sideline? Do I see a substitute? warming up now. I think they'll probably have a look at him at this stage and see how bad Greg is. He seems to be limping fairly severely. Well pulled on there by Martin Hayes in towards Alan O'Sullivan. Alan using his weight inside there, but beaten to them this occasion by a very lively cornerback, James Larkin. James out the wing. On his side is Martin Hayes. Let's it back to Alan Cummins. Alan playing it directly in. Alan O'Sullivan moving towards the ball. Cornerback Barry O'Hay going for it as well. Stalemate inside there, and the ball huddled by Barry towards the sideline. But Trevor Kenny, the left half back, is there, beaten to it by blocked down by Mark Hogan. Back to Mark again. Mark pulling on it towards Hayes. Martin Hayes swinging this one across the front of the goal. Broken down by James Larkin. It's very near the goal line. Well tipped out there by goalie Liam Barry. And away come Ballincollig again. Beats Colin O'Brien and beats Damien Long. Back they go for it. Centre half forward Fergus O'Callaghan trying to add it, but stopped by Brian Cuthbert, the fullback. That's Long and O'Brien. Back again to Fergus O'Callaghan and Brian Cuthbert. Cross in front of the goal here for Ballincollig. Bishopstown there in numbers defending. Half a chance still for Ballincollig. Going towards the goal. Fergus O'Callaghan had half a chance. The ball bounced unkindly for him as goalkeeper John O'Neill advanced. And when he eventually did get his stick to it, it went the wrong side of the post. A let off there from Bishopstown. 7.5 minutes gone. And as we see Mr. McCarthy down there. And is that... Yes, Mr. O'Connell from Ballincollig and Mr. McCarthy from Bishopstown having a word there about that near miss for Ballincollig and a lucky let off for Bishopstown. That's number 12, Killian Hooley, getting the ball into the centre. Back goes corner, back Ian Walsh, and Ian hurling it out. Still going near the Bishopstown goal though. Ballincollig not afraid to hurl into them. That's what Bishopstown did yesterday. They needed the self-confidence. They got it with early scores. Ballincollig trying very hard early on as well. Right half back over there, Vaughan Moore to take that. Vaughan hit a lot of place ball yesterday, well pulled on in the air by Martin Condon, and Martin getting in towards Martin Hayes, and Alan Cummins around it. Alan showing lovely skill, picks it up and drives a long ball in towards the full forward line. Tom Casey is in around it, Alan O'Sullivan is in around it. Full backs and full forwards pulled on and across in front of the goal, and Don brought Floss of Dullinor, the cool Lonnie Assenson. They give it a coin here. Tom Casey for Bishopstown to make the score. Scoil and Sprinlave. There you heard it on the public address. Quick puck out, using the head there, Liam Barry. Take his eye off it there was centre field man, left half back and right half back Fergal Tubridy. Fergal recovers, comes back into the centre again. Centre half back Dennis Toomey in around it with Martin Hayes. Martin a fine hurler, gets it out. Dennis winning that one though, and away come Ballincollig into the centre. Loose marking out there, and Stephen O'Keefe setting up an attack. Big man there, Brian Cuthbert comes out with it and loses at the second attempt. Fergus O'Callaghan pulling out into the ball, and Alan Cummins, delightful stroke by Alan, setting up an attack again for Ballan Aspic. Up goes the hand of Martin Hayes, low in towards the goal. Casey's got one already. He won't get one this time though, because it's well stopped by goalie Liam Barry. Advanced and a hard pull there by Alan O'Sullivan, the full forward. What a ball, skimming wide of the post and wide. A good ball there in behind the defence from Martin, playing it low on that occasion. Martin Hayes, Tom Casey onto it like a flash, but out came goalie Liam Barry to get it away. Alan O'Sullivan got the rebound, and Alan unlucky to see it go the wrong side the post. Number 5, Fergal Tubridy, hooked out there by Martin Hayes. Centre half back Tim, that's Tim Fitzgerald. Get it to Martin again. Martin showed great class yesterday, playing in the full forward line again. Nicely up by O'Sullivan. In goes Casey again. Out comes Barry. Barry scoops it out the wing towards O'Hay. Barry O'Hay pulling on the ball left-handed. Only out of sight is Alan Cummins though. Trevor Kinney going with him. Alan turning it to his right, swings it in. Dangerous ball. Tom Casey under it, and goalie Liam Barry took the step back at the right time, put him off, and that ball going off Tom Casey's early and wide. So Bishopstown doing most of the attacking in this game. We've 10 minutes gone. There's plenty of time left for Ballincollig though to settle down. We had a wind earlier, it has died down. The rain has ceased as well as Ballincollig come in search of a score. Two of them standing over that ball. Colin O'Brien thwarting their efforts though as Ballincollig try and get going in. Colin still battling there with Damien Long. Fergus O'Callaghan getting it in towards full forward Paul Roach. Paul beaten by Brian Cuthbert. Brian had a very solid game against them on yesterday. Out towards Mark Hogan. Mark switching the play and batting it away again. And swinging it out the wing there was Stephen O'Keefe for Ballincollig over towards Killian Hooley. Killian beaten to the pull there by Vaughan Moore, however, and it comes towards centre half back Dennis Toomey for Ballincollig, and it's now Ballincollig on the attack. Up they go in front of the goal, broken down by the full forward, came out. Fergus O'Callaghan with a chance, pulls on it along the ground. Vaughan Moore, or Brian Cuthbert turning the wrong way as he turned in, comes out again towards Fergus. Fergus O'Callaghan shoots her goal, saved by the goalie, comes in. Oh yes, cute play there by number 15 Patrick O'Toole. Goalie John O'Neill stopped it, the ball rose off his early, and in was corner forward Patrick O'Toole to flick it into the corner of the net. Well held Martin Hayes, rounding Dennis Toomey here and swinging it on. Can Bishopstown answer a reply with a quick goal? Alan O'Sullivan and the other goal scorer, Tom Casey. Goal on the other side. That's the way to answer a goal. Puck out, down the field, up went the hand of Hayes, into the full forward line. Alan O'Sullivan and Tom Casey. So Tom Casey with 2 goals to his credit already. Remember that that Bishopstown have some of these boys who didn't play at all in the final yesterday, showing the depth of hurling talent in the school, allied to the likes of Alan Cummins in possession out there, and centre forward Martin Hayes, wing forward Martin Condon, showing that there's plenty hurling out there in Bishopstown at the moment. Another man who played great yesterday is Mark Hogan, flicking it on past 2 men and 3 men, but there's tenacious centre back Dennis Toomey get it away. Back to Mark again. Mark took a hard flake that time. Greg Dermody, who got a knock earlier out, back on the field again though, comes towards Martin Condon. Colin O'Brien first time striking. Tom Casey, will he make it number 3, pulling on the ball across in front of the goal. Alan O'Sullivan putting his body in around it there. Spearman over, no corner back on him, but away comes Ballincollig, and left half back Trevor Kennedy getting it out. Centre field man there, David Kelly, letting it to Fergal Tuberty. Fergal finding it hard going out there. Stephen O'Kelly is kicking it along in front of him, and David Kelly is there. Greg Dermody, Mark Hogan, Alan Cummins. Alan kicking this ball, getting it away. Got a knock yesterday, but isn't showing any signs of it affecting him today. Playing out to the ball well, striking well. Here he is again, flicking it away from Trevor Kenny. He'll pick and strike and might go for the point in this occasion. High in front of the goal. Alan O'Sullivan puts up his early. Take it out. Cool leg, Ballinasbaig. Good goal there by Alan O'Sullivan from Alan Cummins' cross.
3 goals and 2 points. Ballincollig, 1 goal.
Yes, definitely, and what we saw yesterday will be hard to stop this Bishopstown team, as it's 3-2 to 1 goal at this stage. Martin Condon hurling it left-handed in towards the centre. Martin Hayes and Dennis Toomey coming for it. Martin tipping it away towards Greg Dermody, and here comes Greg, low in front of the goal. Alan O'Sullivan, Alan Moore and son of both here on Urshinnigan, Lawn Cool, and Sinead Kinnell Hagertig. Amach Hagan Ballincollig, Stefan O'Keefe, Monson, Alarn the Park, Dio Caligas, Fergal O'Callaghan, Sinead, I say a bull and a cush to Martin Condon. Over to the far side of the field, 1 Ballincollig man down. Standing over it there was Vaughan Moore. Vaughan getting it in towards Brendan Carney and Barry O'Hay tussling inside. Barry getting the better of this one, and Ballincollig again relieved the siege. Out into the centre, trying to pull on it there as he was going back was Tim Fitzgerald, but back goes Vaughan Moore. Vaughan hurling it along the ground, up along the wing, up towards Alan. Alan Cummins getting the nice bounce that time as it hopped beyond 2 Ballincollig men. Stopped by Alan again though, good man to chase, and Harry. Back is Martin Hayes, hand pass by Cummins. Hospital pass nearly for Hayes, but Hayes gets away with it. Near the sideline over there, going off a Ballincollig stick, and to be a sideline cut to Bishopstown over on the far side of the field, about 40 yards out. And it's the man with the Kilkenny blood in him going over to take this one, Alan Cummins. Cuts it well into the centre, up they go. That's Greg Dermody, gets it into his hand, turns and hits it left-handed high and over the bar and accurate. 3-3 to 1 goal. Ballincollig, or Bishopstown yesterday gave an exhibition of scoring. Yesterday they got 4 goals and 10 points. Today they have 3 goals and 3 notched up after 15 minutes of play. Would they be in for another big score? Ballincollig, however, hurling very well, even though they must realise that they're up against a very, very good Bishopstown team. One of the very good men here is Greg Dermody. Won't come the first time, does the sensible thing and pulls on it up along the wing. Ballincollig hunting in twos. That's Stephen O'Keefe getting it in, but it's back because full forward way out there, Paul Roach, as Martin Condon came back. Alan Cummins again. Alan and Martin Condon standing over Trevor Kenny, robbing Alan Cummins on this occasion and trying to scoop it away from Ballincollig. 3 Bishopstown men around it. This is good skill by Alan, and Alan tries to do too much on this occasion, however, steps out over the sideline straight across from this commentary position, and to be a sideline cut to Scoil and Ballincollig. Yes. Down there is it's hard to make out what it is from here. I think it's one of the Ballincollig mentors. Is it Mr. Landers, in fact? It is. We'll follow the play, however, out into the centre of the field. There's Martin Condon fighting with the ball running away from him. Out comes Brian Cuthbert, beaten to it on this occasion by Fergus. Fergus O'Callaghan heading for goal. Chance here for Ballincollig, pulled on by number 10. Paul Roach, the full forward. Fergus O'Callaghan is out there as well. But away comes Vaughan Moore, playing it out soccer style out the far wing. Beaten to the pull there, in fact, was right half forward, Killian Hooley, and this is Greg Dermody. Greg pulling on the ball, showing no mercy. He said if the ball is there, you're allowed whip on it, and that's the way to play the game. Martin Condon seems to be gone back into the half-back line now at this stage. Martin hooked in the first attempt, pulls across and plays it out towards the sideline this side of the field. That's unlucky there was Fergal Tubridy slipped as he went to hit it. Mark Hogan had no such problem and playing it in towards 2 goal heroes so far, Tom Casey. Tom Casey beaten to this one by James Larkin. Out to Tubridy. Here comes Colin O'Brien. Colin O'Brien getting it as far as Mark Hogan. Mark Hogan one-handed as far as his midfield partner Greg Dermody into the centre. Martin Hayes beaten to it by centre-back Dennis Toomey, and Ballincollig come again. Only as far as Martin Condon, however. Martin getting it out the wing towards Alan Cummins. Alan Cummins being chased by 2 Ballincollig men. Finding a tough guy out there, falls to the ground, and Ballincollig avert the danger. Still in around their own half of the field though, and they'd surely want to be getting it down. That's Trevor Kenny on the ground, only as far as Martin Condon. Martin playing it low into the centre and beats Greg Dermody, doesn't beat Dennis Toomey, and Stephen O'Keefe is pulling hard there as a quick bit of stick work there by Alan Cummins sets up Ballinasby again. Good hurling there by centre field man Stephen O'Keefe down the wing. Vaughan Moore coming across to this one as far as Mark Hogan. Mark, tall young fella, gets it away, but back to cover was Colin O'Brien from Ballinasby, coming near the sideline here in front of us, pulled on up along the wing. Good hurling there by Damien Long. Damien gets it in. Brian Cuthbert and Paul Roach going for this one. Cuthbert gets the better of it, pulls that ball, relieving clearance, goes off the helmet, I imagine, even off the cage of the helmet of Fergus O'Callaghan, out over the sideline on this side of the field. We have men with yellow helmet taking sideline cuts on both sides for Bishopstown. That was taken by Colin O'Brien. Alan Cummins taking them on the other side. Greg Dermody playing the direct ball into his full forward line. Out comes Tom Casey. Alan O'Sullivan beaten for pace but arrives all the same, trying to get it up. Ball stuck to the ground. In fact, it wasn't stuck to the ground too long because he put down his hand and tried to undo the stickiness. Referee Hooley spotting him and awards a free out to Ballincollig. Fergus O'Callaghan and Timmy Fitzgerald. Brian Cuthbert coming out. Fergus chasing after it. Colin O'Brien getting it out. Damien Long around it for Ballincollig. Damien whips on it in towards the centre. Up went the hurley of Tim Fitzgerald. Fergus O'Callaghan in after it. Paul Roach is in there. Chance here for Ballincollig as goal scorer Patrick O'Toole going for the ball. Pulls on it over across in front of the goal, but goalie John O'Neill watches a dribble out over the in-line, having gone off a hurley of one of the Bishopstown men, and to be a 65 for Scoil Ballincollig. If it is shocked the Chasavosa Kyun, Trevor Kenny. Trevor will be called back though. And to be taken by centre-back Dennis Toomey, 65. They trailed 3-3 to 1 goal. Dennis hits this one well. It's going to be dropping in around the house. Up they go for it, and it drops, yes, accurately over the bar, hit the net, hit the back of the net, but hit the back of the net from the wrong side. It's still a point. 3-3 to 1-1. Good score there by centre half back Dennis Toomey from Ballincollig. Out into the centre of the field, broken down there by Killian Hooley, trying to set up another attack for Ballincollig. But that's Mark Hogan. Mark misjudges his pull that time. Fergus O'Callaghan causing problems to the Bishopstown defence. Out comes Brian Cuthbert, the clash of the ash. Down goes O'Callaghan and away comes Cuthbert. Out in the centre of the field, Martin Condon beaten to it by Stephen O'Keefe. David Kelly adding to it in towards the full forward line. Paul Roach has difficulty in getting room to swing his hurley in there. Cuthbert, Roach, chance, hits it high. Good hurling, Paul Roach over the bar. Good score, Ballincollig. Stopped it, controlled it, and Tubman shortened his hurley and snappily tapped it over the bar. 3-3 to 1-2. Ballincollig definitely not dying. We have 5 minutes to go in this first half. They trail by 3-3 to 1-2. But that's not a very lot in hurling. Playing well though, out to the centre of the field. Up they go for it, in win Condon. Colin O'Brien driving the ball in towards Alan O'Sullivan. Alan being beaten to it by Kenneth Hegarty in this occasion. Of course, Kenneth's father, well-known great Cork hurler. Alan Cummins into the centre. Hegarty back there again. And Barry O'Hay back there. Dennis Toomey back there. Comes to Martin Hayes. Martin bottled up and hooshed as it comes to Greg Dermody. Greg going for power that time. This hits the ball. Toomey out the wing towards Tublady, and away comes the relieving clearance for Ballincollig. Condon in the centre, hooked the first time, hurdles it along the ground into the centre. Moving over here for this Greg Dermody. Well blocked down inside there by James Larkin. Great name. And Dennis Toomey, the centre half back, gets it out. Of course, he is as far as Alan Cummins towards Martin Hayes. Martin gets around Dennis Toomey. Will he take the point? Hits it high in towards the goal. Goalkeeper Liam Barry dive, but the ball made the corner of the net, scroped in under the angle. Good goal by Martin Hayes, slightly fortuitous. Unlucky goalkeeper Liam Barry.
Ballincollig 1 goal and 2.
Yes, Bishopstown seem to have the ability every time Ballincollig scored that they come quickly back up the field again and reply in kind with a score in kind, or even better. So that ball pulled on by Martin Condon out over the sideline on the far side of the field to be a sideline cut to Ballincollig. Be taken by Barry O'Hea, I think, the left corner back. Barry pulls on it low, cuts it low, comes to Alan Cummins. Alan doesn't bother using his hands on this occasion either, but takes the one step out over the sideline, and the sideline cut to Scoil again, moving down along the sideline. With the sideline cuts, they were lucky on that occasion, and this one to be taken by Trevor Kenny, I think. Trevor cuts this one into the centre. Up goes the paw. That was the paw of Martin Condon, and Martin sending the ball back again into the centre. That's Stephen O'Keefe. Drive it only as far as Greg Dermody. Greg opens his shoulders and lofts a high one in towards Tom Casey and James Larkin. Up they go for it. Ball breaking down nicely to Alan O'Sullivan. Casey with the ball again, showing good skill, turning it left, puts it across in front of the goal. That's the other corner forward, Brendan Carney. Brendan robbed on that occasion by left corner back Barry O'Hea. Referee Donald Hooley blows his whistle and awards a free out to Ballincollig. A bit of late pulling there as Brendan Carney couldn't control that ball when it came across, and he was penalised for pulling, a bit of wild pulling, so it's a free out to Scoil. Not a great one though, only as far as the danger man, target man. That's Martin Hayes. Martin slipping inside 2 men and hits it low in towards the goal. Across comes the corner back James Larkin. Only as far as Alan O'Sullivan. Alan pulls. Great save Liam Barry. Great save Liam Barry as Tom Casey forces the ball over the line. That'll be Tom's hat-trick. Alan O'Sullivan whipped on the ball across, and Liam Barry did well to stop it with his feet, but the ball trickled away from him, and in was Tom Casey to force the ball over the line, make that a hat-trick for right corner forward, or left corner forward Tom Casey. As 5 goals and 3 points to 1 goal and 2, with 23.5 minutes gone in fact the first half is over, and that's it. Referee Hooley calls it a day. 5-3 to 1-2 at half time. Second half just underway, and it's Ballincollig on the attack as it comes in there. Up goes the hand of Brian Cuthbert, and Brian holds it well at the second attempt and gets it out to the wing. Only as far as 2 Ballincollig men. That was number 7, Trevor Kinney, coming in with the whip there, trying to set his players in motion. Centre forward Fergus O'Callaghan. Cuthbert is in there, so is corner back Ian Walsh, and Ian getting it out. Over here in front of us is Alan Cummins. Alan showing beautiful stick work all day, kicking that ball, and as he did so, he got a little dunt there, I think, from centre half back and Dennis Toomey. Referee Hooley very vigilant on that occasion and penalises the Ballincollig defender Alan Cummins, and number 5 Vaughan Moore standing over it, and Vaughan will take it. Vaughan struck long ball yesterday from the 65s, is taking the ball out in the centre of the field, balancing himself over this one, gets it high and in towards the goal. Up they go for it, pulled on inside there by Martin Condon, but no ball, and cleared out by the defence. Not far. Martin is still in around it. There is full back Kenneth Hegarty kicking it out in front of him, and eventually effecting a good clearance out towards his centre field man Stephen O'Keefe. Stephen not wearing a helmet today. That's the exception rather than the rule in the Ishki and the Scoil finals. Well hit in there by Fergus Tublady, breaking inside in front of the goal, hooked out by Ian Walsh, out as far as Colin O'Brien. Colin thought about hitting it along the ground, had time to rise and pucks it into the centre of the field. That was David Kelly. David pulling again at the second attempt as far as Dennis Dineen for Bishopstown. Fergus pulling it now, but dangerous ball in. Good goalkeeping, John O'Neill. A dangerous ball dropping in inside in front of him, quickly off his line to smother it, and his defence did the rest. Back it comes to O'Toole. That's Patrick O'Toole, who scored a goal already. Inside in front of the goal is Pat Hennessy, but the ball moving away, going very near to the end line over there. Umpire Sean O'Leary says it didn't cross the line. We'll follow the play. This is Dennis Deneen again, beaten to the pull on this occasion by Fergus O'Callaghan, but recovering to get it away out to the centre of the field. Mark Cogan going for the ball. Mark pulling the ball up along the wing as far as Greg Dermody. Greg trying to keep it going in towards the corner man, Brendan Carney, but it's cornerback Barry O'Hay who gets it out here towards Mark Cogan again. Mark going, or Vaughan going for size, or going for power. That end didn't come very well for him, and back towards Stephen O'Flynn. West one hurley gone to Alan Cummins, sorry, as he looks around. Good hurley gone, waves over, needs a new one. Ball crosses the sideline. It will be a sideline cut to Ballincollig to be taken by Stephen O'Keefe to take it. Nearly 3 minutes of play gone in the first half as Bishopstown now try to. In fact, it didn't cross the line. It was a free, well pulled on there by centre field man David Kelly up into the corner. Cross there is number 15 working hard, and Patrick O'Toole trying to get it away was the other Dennis Deneen, the defender, and going eventually out, crossing the sideline on this side of the field, and this sideline cut to be taken by Fergal Tubridy. Fergal cuts it into the centre. Up goes the hand of Martin Condon. Showed good skill in the air yesterday as well, especially when he doubled on one ball and buried it into the back of the net. Down into the centre here is centre half back, then left half back Fergal Tubridy, but Fergal pulling on that one out over the sideline, and a line ball to Bishopstown. Up comes Vaughan Moore to take it again. Alan Cummins leaving the ball for him, and Vaughan will take this one, taking great care in his placing, standing back, gives a little swivel of the hurley, and up he comes, strikes a very good long ball down into the corner, down towards Brendan Carney. Brendan and Barry O'Hay. Barry O'Hay getting the better of the tussle so far, but is finding it difficult to get a great clearance in. Gets it out as far as Mark Cogan. Mark turning away, pulling in the ball in front of the goal. Inside there was the man with the red helmet from Bishopstown. Wasn't successful on this occasion. Mark Cogan getting it back again. This is Hayes, Martin Hayes. Swings it high and swings it to the left of the post and wide. Yes, Greg Dermody tried to get his stick to that one early before, but wasn't successful. It came to Martin Hayes, and Martin put it wide on that occasion. Still, 5-3 to 1-2 is a comfortable lead. Goalkeeper Liam Barry getting ready to take this puck out. Comes a good bit out off his line, but pucks a fine ball into the centre. Up they go for it again. Martin Condon tried to bat it down, but it fell kindly for Mark Cogan. Mark Cogan trying to get it to Martin Hayes. Hard pulling out there by both sides. Cogan winning it. This is the man who's a hat-trick got. That's Tom Casey. Tom beating it on this occasion, and away from Ballincollig. Martin Condon is over there, however, though, with Damien Long for Ballincollig. Martin winning this tussle, but winning it unfairly. This is referee Donald Hooley, and referee awards a free to Ballincollig out in the centre of the field, and Stephen O'Keefe will take this one, I'm sure. There we see two worried Ballincollig mentors. That's Donald Moore McConvey and Padraig O'Connell. I'm sure they're worried at this stage. Their team are in arrears by 4 goals and a point. That's 13 points, as Martin Condon sets up at Bishopstown again. Stephen has time to rise this time and strikes it without handling it all up along the wing. Damien Long and Colin O'Brien going for it. Colin wins the pull, but pulls on it out over the sideline, and a sideline cut to Scoil and over on the far side of the field in front of the uncovered stand. Well cut into the centre, up they go, and well batted away by Colin O'Brien. Only as far as Fergus O'Callaghan. Fergus is a great man to forage and try his hat out for Ballincollig, but he's not getting any change either from Tim Fitzgerald. Here comes Mark Cogan for Ballinasbig, and Mark gets it out towards the right half forward position over there, going very near the sideline. Martin Condon tries to hoosh his man out over the line. Alan Cummins eventually blocks him down, but fails to get in a delivery. Back it comes again to Mark Cogan. Mark into his midfield partner, playing in attack now is Greg Dermody. Greg turning high, right-handed and accurate over the bar. Good score, Ballinasbig. Good score, Greg Dermody.
Bishopstown 5 goals, 4 points. Ballincollig 1 goal and 2.
Yes. fairly handsome lead for Bishopstown at this stage. We have 6.5 minutes to play gone in the second half. Up they go in the centre of the field. Well held by the eagle eye and the eagle hand, the safe, confident hand of Martin Hayes. Clearance didn't match the fetch though, and away come Ballincollig. That's number 7, Trevor Kenny. Trevor fouled on that occasion by one of the Bishopstown men. I think it was by Martin Condon. No, in fact, it was by Martin Hayes. And a free for David Kelly and Ballincollig. David will be hoping to send this one in around the house. In fact, goes in himself and needs it to centre half back Dennis Toomey. Dennis, a fine long striker. This isn't one of his better ones. As far as David Kelly, however, David being chased by Mark Hogan, beaten by Mark Hogan. Mark using his long hands there and his long reach as he gets it away out the wing from Ballincollig, for Bishopstown. Substitute on Michael McKnight on the Bishopstown team. We'll follow the play, however. I'll tell you who's gone later. Alan Cummins one-handed gets it across only into the space where Trevor Kinney is. Trevor drives it, but it's half blocked down by Alan Cummins. Back again come Bishopstown over towards the sideline, going very near the sideline on this side of the field. Well pulled on up there by number 8, that's Stephen O'Keefe, into the corner. Ian Walsh, no, it's James Trindle on from Bishopstown. David Kelly in towards Colin O'Brien. Danger inside in front of the goal. Ballincollig holding in on goal. Well pulled on there by number 16, a sub for Ballincollig. We tell you who that is. That's Daniel O'Callaghan. Daniel unlucky on that occasion to see his effort go wide of the post. Quickly taken out into the centre of the field by fullback Brian Cuthbert. Martin Hayes bending and picking. A hand pass into space to Mark Hogan, and Mark hits it long in towards the full forward line. Alan O'Sullivan inside there. Running in behind him is Tom Casey. Is Tom in for number 4? Let's see what's going to happen. It's a good save by goalkeeper Liam Barry, getting down at his near post and pushing that ball out around the post. Umpire Paddy Thornhill there signalling 65 as the other umpire Mick Welch moving back to get into position to watch the flight of this 65 to be taken by Martin Hayes. Not a great one by Martin, but dangerous in around the goal. Up they go for it. The ball is added to by full forward Alan O'Sullivan. Flicked in nicely, and the ball's in the back of the net. Big Alan O'Sullivan, the full forward, burying that one for Ballinasbig. There you see Alan. I'm sure he'll be happy after with that attempt, as it wasn't a greatly struck 65 by Martin Hayes, but Alan got his hurley to it before Kenneth Hegarty and deflected the ball into the corner of the net past goalkeeper Liam Barry. Here come Bishopstown again. Martin Condon trying to add onto that one, but didn't come off for him this occasion. Back they go for it. Over comes Colin O'Brien. Lifts, stops it and hits it. Beaten to there by David Kelly. David trying his heart out, kicking it ahead of him, but there is number 2, Dennis Deneen, to belt it away from Bishopstown. Back goes Martin Hayes, shot blocked down, and Ballincollig on the attack again. Out comes the goalkeeper once more, ball going very near the goal line, but stopped there by fullback Brian Cuthbert, and danger averted. Goalkeeper John O'Neill showing how quick he is, very fast off his line now. That's the second occasion as down it comes to number 18, Michael McKnight from Bishopstown, into the space. Martin Condon puts it in again. In goes the other substitute, Brian McKnight. I wonder to see a brother of Michael's, but away comes goalkeeper Liam Barry. Effects a fine clearance over to the far side of the field. Martin Condon in space now. Is he going to hit it low? He hits it high and over the bar. Good score, Ballinasbig. 6 goals and 4 points, fine total. 1 goal and 2 to Ballincollig at this stage. Yes, definitely. I think the all-round hurling ability of Bishopstown beginning to shine through at this stage now, as Ballincollig are getting a little bit ragged. 6-5 to 1-2 at this stage, as you see. Very sizable and commanding lead. But then again, on yesterday's performance, Bishopstown were well ahead of them on at one stage, and Demont came back and they could have got them maybe. They only ended up with 5 points to spare, having been 5-3 to 5-6, I think, to 1-3 ahead at one stage. Barry O'Hay tidying up, or Kenneth Hegarty tidying up there for Ballincollig and putting that one out over the sideline. Fergus O'Callaghan couldn't keep it in play, and it will be a sideline cut to Martin Hayes and Bishopstown. Martin looks to see where it's going to go. I'm sure he didn't intend to put it there. It only came as far as Dennis Toomey to David Kelly, and a fine clearance. Dennis Deneen putting up his hand and turning, hits it high, but meant to hit it high. Fergus O'Callaghan very quickly in with the block. Back there goes Dennis Deneen again. Colin O'Brien getting it out though for Bishopstown. Dennis Toomey there for Ballincollig, being surrounded by 2 Bishopstown men, gets it up to Damien Long. Damien Long gets it in towards corner forward number 13, Pat Hennessy. Pat bottled up, knocked to the ground. No free play on the referee. O'Brien gets it out. There's Toomey trying to get past two Ballincollig men to O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan, great shot, great save, goalie John O'Neill. Snapshot there by Fergus O'Callaghan, the centre half forward for Ballincollig, but John O'Neill equal to that effort, and John put it around the post for a 65. Dennis Toomey placing this ball. Time definitely not on the side of Ballincollig at this stage, as they trail by a fairly substantial margin now. That's the cornerback, and Dennis Toomey getting it out towards Martin Hayes. Martin tries to pick it, won't come. Alan Cummins tries to pick it, won't come. And direct hurling there by Fergal Tubridy, getting it in towards the Bishopstown goal. Mark Hogan turning it away. Will he get his time to get his hurling in? Tapped away from him though by Damien Long, and here comes Ballincollig again, number 7 Ray Kenny, or Trevor Kenny, not very successful in effecting a delivery there, but Ballincollig still trying away. Alan Cummins in space, picks it up into his hand, turns and sets up an attack, gets it down towards McKnight. That's the Michael McKnight, and Michael get it in towards Alan O'Sullivan, but Alan would want to have jet propelled heels to have got in after that one, as it was too strong and went out over the end line for a 65. It went off of Ballincollig hurley, and the umpire signals 65. Referee out in the centre of the field, showing where the ball is to be placed. Down there we see Mr. Conway and Mr. Landers. I'm sure that they must be worried men at this stage. Ballincollig trailing by 5 goals and 2 points, and we have 13 minutes gone in the second half. This one, Martin Hayes tried to pull on Alan O'Sullivan, tried to get a hurley in there, but none of them could stop Stephen O'Keefe getting it out for Ballincollig. Fergus O'Callaghan and Dennis Deneen. Fergus being fouled by Dennis on that occasion, and a free to Ballincollig out in the centre of the field. I wonder, will Dennis Toomey take this one, or will Fergus himself take it? Fergus standing over it anyway. I think getting the signal to move in himself and leave it to Dennis. Up comes Dennis, and Dennis will surely hope to put this one in around the house. Not a great one either by Dennis on this occasion. He struck one great ball from a 65 in the first half. Fergus O'Callaghan still around at the scooping it in towards goal. Out comes fullback Cuthbert, blocked down by Damien Long. Dennis Deneen turning onto his right. The ball hits off referee Donald Hooley, and he decides to throw it in. Mark Hogan is standing there, and I think it's David Kelly. Mark definitely the bigger of the two. David winning the tussle on this occasion, and Ballincollig come away. It's tight out there. The David Kelly again showing good wrist, pulling first time. Out again, moving into a little bit of space, back into the centre. Dennis Deneen stops and huddles it on the ground into where there should be a Bishopstown man. Martin Condon too far back on this occasion, and Stephen O'Flynn getting it only as far as Alan Cummins. Alan beaten to it by David Kelly. David coming into the game more in the second half. Tussling and bustling in around there is that Colm Dwyer inside corner forward for Ballincollig. Up they go. Martin Hayes beaten it by Dennis Toomey. Dennis Toomey unlucky to see the ball come off Alan Cummins' foot, and away comes Martin Hayes at the second attempt. Second time of asking. Good ball down to Martin Condon. Martin gets it up into his hand, turns and sends it in towards the full back line, the full forward. Well done inside there, cornerback James Larkin. Chasing it after is McKnight. That's Brian McKnight. Martin Condon coming to help him, but well got away by Larkin as far as number 7, Trevor Kenny. Over on the far side of the field, here come Bishopstown. The ball falling from Martin Hayes, however. Dennis Toomey is around it, and Mark Hogan going back. Mark tries to pick it, won't come. Gets it out the wing towards Martin Condon. 2 Ballincollig men there. One of them is Stephen O'Keefe. Stephen O'Keefe getting it in to only as far as Colin O'Brien. Dennis Toomey going back. Couldn't bend down to get it as 3 Bishopstown men hove in on him, and it comes out into the centre of the field. Ballincollig probably it's militating against them. They're not as long as strikers as Bishopstown. They're finding it much more difficult to get up that field. Dennis Deneen and Fergus O'Callaghan. Fergus hitting the deck. He's picks himself up fairly gingerly, but a fine stroke out there by Stephen O'Keefe, who seems to be gone back centre back now, with Dennis Toomey moving up into the forwards. They try everything at this stage. Number 10, Damien Long, kicking for goal. Here is the number 13, the corner forward, Pat Hennessy. Pat couldn't control it as he pulled on that ball, and it goes out over the end line. So definitely very much Bishopstown's game at this stage. They seem to be in command all over the field, even though Ballincollig are not giving up. They're playing with great heart. They really have a huge mountain to climb. This is one man who's not afraid of the challenge, though. That was Dennis Toomey, the centre half back, in towards another man who has performed with distinction today, Fergus O'Callaghan. But Fergus's puck that time went off the side of Hurley and out over the sideline on the far side of the field. Will be a sideline cut to Colin O'Brien and Ballincollig. We hear "Here We Go" down there from the Ballincollig supporters. I think it should be "Here We Go" for Mr. Lynch and Ballincollig. They're very comfortably in the lead at this stage. The pep gone out of the game somewhat, even though Ballincollig supporters trying to get their team back into the match. It's really an uphill struggle now. Well pulled on out there by Dennis Toomey. Trying to set up these attacks for Ballincollig, but they're floundering on the bigger and more skillful Bishopstown players, especially in central positions. Mark Hogan couldn't get that when it comes towards Fergal Tubridy. Fergal in again towards the forwards, and over comes Vaughan Moore and Sean Curtin going for that. Daniel O'Callaghan going for that one. Vaughan winning it, bigger man winning it. At number 18 there is Michael McKnight. Michael, with the help of Martin Condon, getting it in a little, but it's tidied up inside by fullback Kenneth Haggerty. Kenneth to Tubridy, O'Callaghan. The other O'Callaghan, Daniel O'Callaghan, beaten to the pull there, back to Alan Cummins. Alan snaps it up, a hand pass into, or a hurley pass into Martin Hayes. Martin going beyond two men, but as he does, referee Donley says, Shinawil.
Bishopstown 6 goals and 5 points. Ballincollig 1 goal and 2.
So that's Cudden and Braher Summers going to Ballinasby. No, it's Cudden. Yes, Cudden. Ealinsha going to Bishopstown, second cup in 2 days. Yesterday defeated Northmont. Today a comprehensive victory over Scoil and Ballincollig, and well done Bishopstown. Ryan Specialta August Ryan.
Well done, Ken. Now, Mark,
across, pulled in there by the corner back, and away come Ballincollig. Alan Cummins thinking about pulling it in the air, but it was the head of Trevor Kenny to be thought of. A high ball from Alan, however, though, and straight and through it as Brendan is around it, comes out again towards Greg Dermody, and Greg pulling on, showing lovely skill, picks it up and drives a long ball in towards the full forward line. Tom Casey is in around it, Alan O'Sullivan is in around it, full backs and full forwards, pulled on and across in front of the goal, and Don brought long way as he turned in, comes out again towards Fergus O'Callaghan, shoots her goal, saved by the goalie, comes in, oh yes, cute play there by number 15 Patrick O'Toole. Well held Martin Hayes, rounding Dennis Toomey here and swinging it on. Can Bishopstown answer a reply with a quick goal? Alan O'Sullivan and the other goal scorer Tom Casey, goal on the other side. That's the way to answer a goal. Trevor Kenny, he'll pick and strike and might go for the point on this occasion. High in front of the goal, Alan O'Sullivan puts up his early, take it out, cool a leg, Ballinasby. Cuts it well into the centre, up they go. That's Greg Dermody, gets it into his hand, turns and hits it left-handed high and over the bar and accurate. The 3-1 goal. Dennis hits this one well, it's going to be dropping in around the house, up they go for it, and it drops, yes, accurately over the bar. Paul Roach has difficulty in getting room to swing his hurley in there. Cuthbert, Roach, chance, hits it high, good hurling, Paul Roach over the bar. Good. And Martin Hayes, Martin gets around, Dennis Toomey, will he take the point? Hits it high, enters the goal. Goalkeeper Liam Barry dive, but the ball made the Martin Hayes. Martin slipping inside 2 men and hits it low in towards the goal. Across comes the corner back, James Larkin. Only serves Alan O'Sullivan, Alan pulls. Great save Liam Barry as Tom Casey forces the ball back into his midfield partner. Playing in attack now is Greg Dermody. Greg turning high, right-handed and accurate over the bar. Not a great one by Martin, but dangerous in around the goal. Up they go for it. The ball is added to